guys. It's Monday, July 14th, 2025. My name is Nick Parsons. This is the Betting Memo, and this show gets you caught up to date with everything going on over at Sports Memo. On today's show, I'm going to have a featured capper who will have a featured free play, and we're going to have my Parsons best bet as well. It's a bit of a condensed show today because we're at the MLB All-Star break. But guys, before I get into either of those picks, I have to tell you about Monday's featured package, which comes from the Insiders Room crew today, guys. Their quality over quantity approach continues to pay major dividends. They're 3-0 with all picks the last 3 days. They're 5-2 over the last 7 days. They're 9-6 in July, which is 60%, and they're 200 and 157 for plus 55 units with all of their picks in all sports for 2025. And guys, they're firing in the WNBA tonight. The Insiders Room WNBA Best Bet is our featured package for Monday night. Go to Sports Memo to find out more about the Insiders Room, guys. They are our featured package. So guys, I had 3 Parsons Best Bet client plays going over the weekend. On Thursday, I had a look-ahead play to a Friday game in the CFL, and that was postponed until Saturday. But anyways, we swept all of our Parsons Best Bets. I went 3-0, 2-0 in the CFL, and 1-0 in the WNBA. And we're now on an 8-2 Parsons Best Bet client play run here. These are actual client picks that I have posted up over at Sports Memo. I'm also 15-3 with my WNBA totals this season. And so both of those records collide here with my Parsons Best Bet. The game that I'm looking at here on Monday night, it sees the Minnesota Lynx. They're looking to avenge an upset loss here just 2 nights ago to the Sky in Chicago. But instead of a side here, guys, I'm going to steer clear of this big spread. I'm instead focusing on the total. And as primarily a situational capper, this one falls right into my wheelhouse, so to speak. I handicap the start of the season differently than I do the bulk of the regular season. And I also handicap the end of the season and the playoffs slightly differently as well. But if asked, I'd say that the strength in handicapping, in my handicapping, is in the bulk of the regular season, because as primarily a situational capper, there are more situational factors to take advantage of. And that's the case in this game in Chicago on Monday night between the 18-4 Minnesota Lynx and the 7-13 Sky. Minnesota is 7-4 straight up on the road, while Chicago is 4-4 straight up at home. So the Lynx are obviously going to be eager to avenge that 87-81 loss here on Saturday, as this is the second game of a back-to-back against each other in Chicago. Minnesota is currently 1-2 on this road trip, and it's lost the first game here on Saturday by a score 87-81 as an 11.5-point favorite. The total blasted past the posted number of 181.5 in that. But now I'm anticipating a much more defensive battle here in the rematch. With a home game against the 14-6 Mercury up next, which is the revenge game from a 79-71 loss at Phoenix on July 9th, the Lynx have to be careful here. Angel Reese and the Sky have been playing a lot better of late, but after back-to-back straight-up victories and after covering the spread 8 games in a row for bettors, something has to give here between these clubs. So can Chicago continue its recent upswing in play, or will it get caught looking ahead to its home game against the Eastern Conference's number 2 seed Atlanta Dream on Wednesday night? I mean, it's probably pretty difficult to look past the Lynx, but I do feel that it's the Sky who could potentially suffer a massive letdown here. When betting totals in any sport, I like to bet what I perceive to be great situations, and that's indeed the case with this selection. So yeah, that first game between these teams here did go over the total, but I am anticipating a much more defensive battle here in the second one. So my official Parsons best bet for Monday night is on the Lynx and the Sky under 162. I also like 161.5, but that's my official Parsons best bet. We have some super hot handicappers over at Sports Memo right now, guys. I've actually never seen it this competitive ever in my life. Just some unbelievable runs. And we're going to touch on those leaderboards here shortly, but I also have to quickly touch on a little bit of business, and that's to tell you about the specials going on currently over at Sports Memo. The most popular is called Flex Picks, and here's how that works. So what Flex Picks does, guys, is it gives you the ultimate flexibility to access the daily picks you want from the experts that you trust. And so if you buy a Flex Picks pass, you can choose any handicap you want for that day, and you get all of his picks for that day. And then the next day, you can switch whatever handicapper you want. You can stay with that handicapper or switch whatever handicapper you want. You get full access for the day, get all the selections from your chosen expert for that day, and you can plan ahead or go day by day. And so you can that's a feature that allows you to make your pick up to a week in advance, and you can also change your mind at any time. And so, as I said, you can switch your selected expert right up until the plays are released, and you can skip days at your convenience as well. If you have a 30-day flex pass, you don't need to use it 30 days in a row. You can skip days. It's the most flexible and affordable way to stay ahead with expert betting advice. And of course, on Wednesdays, guys, throughout the summer, we have $5 Wednesdays. Every handicapper releases one $5 pick. That includes 4% and 5% releases. It's a great opportunity to get a variety of different top plays from a variety of different handicappers. And finally, on Fridays, guys, it's 50% off Fridays. Every handicapper releases one 50% off pick. It's another great opportunity to take advantage and save at the same time. Guys, Monday's featured capper is heating up in several sports right now, especially north of the border on the Canadian gridiron. Guys, Tim Michael is Monday's featured capper. Let's just get right into it. Not only is Tim 9-3 with his last 12 CFL picks, guys, but he's also 5-1 with his last 6 WNBA releases and hitting 63% with his WNBA over the last 30 days as well. And so Tim, he does have a big WNBA play going tonight. It's a 4% WNBA game of the week. So it tests his 81% WNBA run, guys. So there it is. Tim Michael and his 4% WNBA game of the week are Monday's featured capper. And our featured free play for Monday, guys, comes from our featured capper, Tim Michael. And he says to take the Chicago Sky -11 in WNBA action tonight. And he goes on to say that, do I think that the 7-13 Chicago Sky can beat the 18-4 Minnesota Lynx outright for a second straight game at home? I don't. But do I believe that Angel Reese and company will keep this one a lot more competitive than what the odds makers are trying to lead us to believe? I do for sure. And he goes on to say, I'm not calling for an outright upset or anything, but I do think that Chicago will keep its recent momentum rolling for at least another game. With a home game against Red Hot Phoenix to close out the first half on Wednesday, Nafisa Collier and the visitors will have to be careful to also not get caught looking ahead. And so Tim finishes by saying, consider Chicago in this one. So just to quickly recap, guys, my official Parsons best bet client play for Monday is the under 162 in the Lynx and the Sky in WNBA action. And the featured free play from Tim Michaels on the Chicago Sky +11 at home to Minnesota. The gold sheet will be back once baseball starts, guys. And remember, guys, if you want to continue to get Parsons best bets, also featured free plays and other free picks, all you have to do is smash the like button, leave a comment whether you agree or disagree. That really does help us out with the algorithm. Also hit the bell icon every time we go live. You guys will get notified and can take advantage. All of these things, super simple to do. They really do help us out though, and they allow us to continue to put out this content for you guys. Okay, guys, I mentioned it earlier. There are some super hot handicappers. Let's quickly get caught up on the leaderboards over at Sports Memo right now. So look at the all sports leaderboard, guys. Just some crazy numbers being put up by the handicappers at Sports Memo these days. The Insiders Room is 3-0 the last 3 days. Pro Sports Picks is 15-1 over the last 7 days. But I still lead Sports Memo across all sports over the last 30 days with a 42-22 record. We've hit the All-Star break in Major League Baseball, guys. MLB will be back on Friday. And when it does return, the clients of Pro Sports Picks will be excited as they lead the site at the ballpark over the last 30 days with a 34-13 record. The WNBA board is heating up, guys. We only have the WNBA until Wednesday, and then they also break for the All-Star break. But I still lead Sports Memo right now on the WNBA hardwood over the last 30 days with a 16-7 record. Guys, the CFL so far has been unbelievably competitive. Note that I'm 5-0 over the last 2 weeks, and I'm 13-5 overall. The Insiders Room is 6-2 over the last 30 days, but it's Rob Vincelletti that leads on the Canadian gridiron over the last 30 days with an 11-3 record. And the soccer leaderboard is poised to get a lot more competitive moving forward this summer as well. Right now, it's Ray Monahan that leads on the pitch over the last 30 days. Guys, we're at the MLB All-Star break. There are not a lot of free picks available right now on the free picks page. Usually there are several, and there will be a few later today, but we will be back shortly with the rapid fire free picks section. But that's the end of the show for Monday, July 14th, guys. Before you leave, though, make sure to smash the like button, leave some comments, hit the bell icon. All of those things are really important to us. Good luck with the WNBA tonight. We will be back tomorrow with the WNBA, later on in the week with some CFL. Until Tuesday, guys, take care.